because you should only be going for positions that actually advance you towards the vision you have for your career and towards your end goal. Hey, it's Erin Danae, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. In today's video, we're going to talk about my job search journey and the reality that job hunting is today. Job hunting is harder now than it's ever been, and that applies to you even if you are super aggressive, which I'll talk about how aggressive I got in my job searching journey. But it's hard for everyone, right? Not just the person with no experience. It applies to everyone. If you have no experience or if you graduated grad school, it can still be very difficult. The real danger in this is that the time it takes for people to find a job can have other repercussions on their life, right? If they're unemployed at that time and they're looking, it could take 3 to 6 months these days to find a job, but that impacts the amount of money you have in the bank, impacts your food, it impacts your livelihood, your income, and that has ripple effects in many ways. So that's why we see a lot in media, there's pressure to negotiate your salary, get better wages, find another job, start a side hustle, start a small business, start something to complement or supplement your primary income. Or if you just don't have any other income, you have to do something to get that money. And for me specifically, I recently graduated with my master's degree. I was under the impression that getting a job post-grad would be, easy breezy, super easy, but that just was not the case and is not the case even today. I started looking back in the fall, and then after graduating in May, I started applying aggressively to multiple jobs a day, and it still took me until June to get an offer that I felt comfortable with. An offer that I liked, a job that I liked, and it was my first offer, but it also met my other standards as well. So in this video, I will be detailing my job search journey and some of the things I did to help improve my chances and encourage myself along the way. So there I am, a new graduate from USC with my master's degree in healthcare administration, and I don't have any job prospects at this time. No leads, no interested parties, nothing. So as I previously mentioned, I did do the responsible thing and start looking for a job much before I was expected to graduate. I started around maybe September or October applying to a few positions. I did participate in that cycle, in that round of applying for fellowships, which are administrative fellowships at health hospitals and health systems, and that process did not work out for me, but I still kept applying to other positions along the way. Now, I will say that it wasn't super aggressive, but it was kind of a here and there whenever I found a position that was particularly interesting to me. Now, my mistake at this stage was that I assumed my graduate degree would just get me into interviews and get me, bumped up and, being considered and stuff like that. And what I didn't clock was that there is a lot of competition out there. And I'm not saying this to overwhelm you or to stress you out, but just so you can get your bearings about what you can expect from applying for jobs these days. Is that, I am not the only person with a master's degree applying for this position. I am competing with many other qualified candidates. Now, I did have to factor in the fact that healthcare organizations do need employees. They are almost always looking to hire someone, but, and there is a but coming, is that usually applies consistently and accurately only for clinical roles. They may not really be looking for administrative people or positions at that time. In fact, every now and again in the news we see, such executive laid off, or they laid off a bunch of their administrative staff, because administrative things administrative oriented jobs are considered to be one of the areas of waste in our healthcare system in America. So you do have to keep that in mind, that you can't just be applying to any and every job. You need to be applying to ones that align with your resume, align with your previous experience, align with your strengths, your skills, your knowledge, your expertise, so that when you apply, that job, your resume looks like that job is for you. You stand out so much more than just having the credentials and just having the degree. It looks like you and that position is the right match. And that's how you can create your best chance at moving forward in the job application process. Now, other things that you can explore are other opportunities if you can afford them, like internships, volunteering, and the number one is absolutely networking. And this can be networking with other professionals, other individuals, other students. Wherever you are in life, it's always helpful to network, but particularly professional networking can really get your foot in the door or help you learn about other opportunities that otherwise you may not have known of or even noticed. So, going back to my journey, I will say that I was not being as aggressive. I was not being as boom, boom, boom about applying for jobs until after I graduated. From then on, I sat myself down and said, I'm going to apply to 2 to 3 jobs every single day. And I wasn't just looking for any job, I was looking for jobs that align with my resume, align with my strengths and my skills. So, and I also reached out in all of the ways that I could. So, reaching out to professors, reaching out to friends from your program or other students or colleagues, reaching out to your LinkedIn network as well if you have one. Even if you don't have one, just make a post about something, or say that you're looking for a job. Is one of the things that can really, again, get your foot in the door, and you build a network for a reason, right? Now it's time for you to take advantage of that network and tap in. After all, people do say that getting a job is all about who you know. So leverage that to the best of your ability. Okay, so for a quick recap, number one tip, spruce up your resume and your online portfolio if you have one. That is a great way to stand out as a candidate. And when things look super neat and super clean, they're much easier to read. And so that prevents people from just tossing your resume away. Number two is to grow and leverage your network. Even when you're unemployed, maybe you're not going to events, you can still grow your network. You can still reach out to people, do cold emails, cold calls, whatever else comes to mind. And using LinkedIn is a great tool for just getting your feet wet with networking and things of that nature. And number three is to commit to a schedule or a goal when you are applying to applications. And basically with that, what I mean is, okay, what is the standard I'm looking for? What kind of jobs am I looking for? Which ones fit my resume the best? Have a vision for your career. Don't just apply to anything. So I did get a job offer following these 3 tips, but how long did it really take me? So from the time that I graduated to actually receiving the offer, it was about 21 days, 3 weeks. And when I actually sat down to do the math for this, I was shocked because it seemed like such a short amount of time in comparison to the 3 to 6 months that I thought it was going to take me. But what I forgot to factor in was that I was following the tips. I was doing all the things. I was leveraging my network. I was reaching out to people. I was interviewing for positions here and there, but maybe it didn't work out. I was applying way months in advance before graduating. And so I was doing all necessary things. And when I finally spruced up my resume and my online portfolio, I feel like that's when things really clicked into place for me. And another thing I want to mention is I did end up taking the first job offer I received after graduating. What I did not mention earlier was that I had other offers before that. Now, they weren't offers, but they were like, oh, this is what it will be like working here. Does that work for you? One was like temporary internship type position, and that just did not fit my standards or my career goals. And so that's another point I want to make here, is that it's important to be committing to your career goals, because you should only be going for positions that actually advance you towards the vision you have for your career and towards your end goal. And that's what people want to feel when they're reading your application, when they're reading your cover letter, when they're listening to your responses in the interview. They want to feel like you want to be there. That's the only place you want to be. That's your number one choice, top choice for a job right now. And they want to feel like this job is going to be a good match for you and your vision. Again, another thing is, this is your job. This is your income. So you want to make sure that your compensation, your salary, your benefits, whatever it is up to your standards, is up to your liking. Chances are, if they are looking at offering you the position, then they want you no matter what. Now, that's not to say that you need to be asking for six figures right after graduating, but it is to say that you can negotiate your salary, even if it's only by $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. You should be getting compensated in the ways that you see fit, because this is your income and this is your livelihood. You need to make sure that whatever they're giving you is going to be enough for your life. So this is kind of a quick rundown, a quick overview of all the tips I had, what I did, and what my journey was like in finding a job post-grad. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. And I am going to make this into a series so I can really break it down and give you guys the nitty-gritty details of what this experience was like, and all of the good nuggets of advice that I have if you are still struggling with this process. So make sure you subscribe and tune in for the rest of this series. I will catch you guys in the next one. So that's all I have for this video, but thank you guys for watching, and thank you for visiting my corner of the internet. See y'all in the next one. Bye.